How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We got another Dokkan battle video for you here today. In today's video, we're showing you a little bit easier strategy to take down the Million Arena event, and that is using the LR STR Tao. This guy, I mean, if you're struggling on this event, he is probably the best bet. I don't know that he's going to get you the highest score if you're trying to place, being that he is a free-to-play unit and his cap is a little bit lower. But, I mean, he's still going to get you pretty well if you're struggling with some of the other strategies like GT Goku strategy or the Kamehameha strategy, right? I feel that his strategy is a little more consistent, having done it run a few times, and it's mainly because, right, of the way he, if we just take a look at his passive here, right, it's mainly because of the way he gets all this extra attack, right? If you manage to proc the active skill, which we won't do in this video, but if you can proc it, right, you get an additional 444% attack along with all that extra attack for all the extra key spheres that he's getting, right? He has one of the highest nuking abilities with 56% attack per key sphere obtained. So he can actually do a lot if he gets a full field of orbs. So this is the team we're going to be running. We're going to go ahead. We're going to hop on in here to the event. All right, so as you can see here, we are in. We have our rotation is pretty much set up. We have him turn 2, right? Since we're not really going for the active skill now, I think if you can manage the active skill, which is kind of hard to do, but if you can manage the active skill, I think, you know, that'll definitely, I would say that would almost guarantee your spot in the top 100,000 to move on to the semifinals. But we are going to go ahead and drop ourselves below 50%, and then we're going to hop on in here. We do have Int Chaozu and Tech Jocko here. And that should, that should pretty much do the trick here. Remember, so we have Tech Taco coming in slot 7. Actually, that's really nice. Okay, so that, you know, basically the enemy is locked down pretty much. That's basically what this means. The enemy is not going to be able to touch us. Yeah, so the strategy for getting the strategy for getting the active skill is basically you have to have Int Hit or Broly Trio in slot 7, and then you have to have Tao and Tech Tao turn 1. It's really the only way it works, but the more consistent strategy is the one I'm showing you here. He tends to show up in slot 2 a lot more. Hey, there we go. We got this. We actually got the additional stun for the next turn with Piccolo, and there we go. So we get the full orb key sphere changing. And all right, let's do this. So we pop Tao in front here. All right, let's grab that. All right, let's take that. All right, so here we go. All right, that's a pretty nice attack stat. So we'll grab this with hit. We don't have to worry about anything because he's stunned, and he's going to get stunned again with Tech Jocko. But here comes the attack. 300 million. There you go. There's that 99 million damage. Boom. Yeah, with a free-to-play card, no less. So if you're struggling because you don't have a lot of these other units that I've shown in some of the previous strategies, especially if you don't have them rainbowed, well, here you go. Here's a free-to-play strategy that will get it done for you. Again, as I said before, you do need a... You do need a someone to change the full field of orbs. STR hit works the best. There aren't many other options to make that happen. Or, you know, you could play the active skill. There we go. So we did clear the rounds. You could play the active skill turn, and the only, but that there's no guarantee, right? Basically, the way that strategy would have to, well, I'll show you when we'll pull up Broly Trio here in a second. But yeah, so I mean, this is the basic strategy. As long as you have somebody to change the field for him and give him a full field of SCR orbs, he's going to hit 300 million. Actually, you know what? I spoke earlier and said that he may not be the highest. I actually think that that's the highest we've gotten so far. So you know what? I'll have to give it to him. It did pretty good there. So excellent. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's flip over to our game again real quick. All right, so real quick, let's talk about his hidden potential here, right? So the hidden potential, that is key to taking this down, right? He need pretty much whoever your attacker is going to be for these events, you need to maximize their attack. Most people are not going to have silver attack orbs, right? Those are pretty hard to come by, but your gold and your bronze need to be as high as they can be. Like you can see with mine here, it's not even a level 8, right? This is a simple level 6 and a level 4, right? So it's not even max. You just need something to push him over the edge. Now I did get just to kind of help push him towards that 99 million, but I think even without that he would probably still hit it just because of how high his attack stat is. But I mean, that's just a general rule. Whoever your attacker is going to be, maximize them by using attack skill orbs and build them more offense crit oriented, even giving super attack boost where applicable, just to ensure that you get the sort of best deal going for you. Now, in terms of the other strategy that works well here, right, if you're going to run this team, another good option to replace, if you don't have STR hit, another option here is the Fizz Broly. Now, the only way to make them work is to have the same setup, but you have to be below 39%. So you have to hit all the target all the targets on the floor, and then they have to be slot 7 because they have to show up on the rotation with Tao ready to just change orbs, which also means you need to be able to stun for those first 2 turns. It also means that you have to play Tao's active skill, which is really hard to do. I have not been able to get it. I've tried it several times. It is really hard to proc, especially because like on that first turn you can't get Chaozu or Jocko, because then Tao can't take any damage, right? You have to let Tao take damage and let Cyborg Tao get enough key spheres to stun. That's the only way it works, right? But basically you would let him get hit and then hope that Broly Trio changes the orbs, and then because Tao is in slot 2, he would change those Fizz orbs to STR. It's not guaranteed, but since it is the only orb on the field, it's going to be a more likely chance that it does change. But since it's a random change, you can't guarantee. So it's, you know, there's a lot of RNG that goes into it, but it's really the only other option if you don't have STR hit. I will say that one of the things that you should be aware of moving into this event is that it is a competition. It is designed to be hard, and so those of you who may not have the type supports, I mean, I do apologize. I'm trying my best to show without them, but it's hard to get the 90 million without them. I have yet to see a single strategy that doesn't involve them or the Broly trio. It's tough, I'm not gonna lie to you, but hopefully this video helped some of you guys out. Maybe one of you guys is willing to continue to try out the Broly trio strategy. So guys, that is it for the video. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and in the comments down below, let us know, how did you what teams have you gotten it with, right? We've shown 3 different strategies so far. We got one more down the pipe with the tech cell. I will say that Tao is going to be very useful in the second strategy as well for the next setup, because he is Earthbred Fighters, and you know, Earthbred Fighters is the next category. So if you manage to make it into the next round, he's going to be there for you. So. But let us know what teams you used and if the Tao strategy helped you in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.